Hey, what's up? This is Jason Drone. Welcome to today's presentation of GSD Daily. So first of all, I am joined here today by Jen. How are you doing, Jen?
I'm doing fabulous, Jason. Thank you.
That's awesome. So a couple days ago, she texted me or sent me a message or whatever and said, "Hey, can we optimize ad campaigns?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure. You want to do it like on our dailies?" And she was like, "Yeah." So that's kind of how it started.
Yep.
So tell me, as my cat's running around here. So first of all, I'm sitting today because I'm doing something different with my whole standing desk setup. So, which is exciting. So Jen, tell me a little bit about the campaign, who you're targeting, what it's for, what kind of leads you're getting, and then we're going to dive into the actual ad account and kind of move around, all of that kind of stuff.
Yeah. So right now I'm running a giveaway.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a portrait photographer, and I am doing a boudoir giveaway. And I have been running this for I think maybe 2 weeks now. And I have had a lot of success with the ads currently, and I'm trying to figure out where to take them next.
Mm-hmm.
I am looking for a very distinct type of lead for this. And so I'm guessing, being that I've used my Pixel for several years and, it's broken in per se.
Right.
I feel like there's more I could be doing with this ad than just right now. It's kind of wide open to a big audience. And so I'm wondering, how can I best, change what it needs to be changed so that we can optimize the people that are actually seeing it and clicking on the links.
Right. Totally. So who is your ideal person? Like if your ideal buyer, if you were to, first of all, describe them, kind of age demographics, like, what happened in their life to bring them to you, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, so I'm looking for, obviously, a woman, and typically they're probably in their 30s to 50s. These women are probably most likely people that enjoy investing in experiences in their life. So they like to shop. Maybe they like some luxury brands. They like to maybe go to experiences like concert venues, and they're the ones that buy the VIP tickets. And I'm trying to just think travel a lot. So my clients like to travel. So people just that like experiences. Coming to a portrait studio is an experience in itself. So in a nutshell, those are type of my people. They're typically married. They have a couple kids, and they're not feeling like a woman anymore. They're feeling like mom syndrome really hard. And so that's kind of like who I'm looking for.
Gotcha. Cool. So let's dig into the campaigns and kind of see what we are working with in terms of kind of going there. So we're going to drop into the campaign. I should probably share my screen. All right, there we go. Okay, so I'll make this a little bit bigger, hopefully. Okay. So these campaigns are live. And Jen, can you just describe kind of your naming convention here? This is, if we go out to the campaigns, we have luxury boudoir, traffic campaign, and then underneath ad sets. So can you just kind of talk through your naming convention there?
It was pretty much just so I would know which image, the only thing I changed. This is 5 ads, and the copy is the exact same on each ad. The only difference is the image. So the naming of this is, one, my audience age demographic. So you can see 54 to 52. The location I used was Erie, DMA. And then the rest of it is the image reference.
The image, right? Yep, totally. So one thing that we can do is, so let's look at these ad sets real quick. So typically so the campaign is like the dominant campaign, the campaign that all of the ads are in. Then the ad set, basically what it does is it establishes the demographic and the target interest, and says, okay, all of these people are going to see these ads. And then the ads, you can have multiple ads within that ad set, all targeting the same people, which tends to get you a little bit better results because it's you're split testing against the exact same people. So let me look at this real quick. So if we kind of dig down into these ads, so if we're targeting looks like we're excluding some folks, which is great. We have women 24 to 52. You have no detailed targeting,
Right.
which is super interesting. So you're basically just casting the widest net, the super wide net, and saying, if you are breathing in a woman with between the ages of, what was it, 24 and 52, you're going to see this ad. So boom. So there's an opportunity there. We're using manual placements, which is fantastic. We're using Facebook, just Facebook, and we're using all devices, so desktop and mobile on only Facebook currently. So, all right. And then this ad set is going to be the same ad set, right?
Yeah, they're all exactly set up the same, just like what you just saw.
Yep.
Exclusion is actually, those are my the pages that they click on. So I don't want people coming and seeing that ad again if they've already been to those pages.
Correct. So, yep, perfect. So, and these are your confirmation pages then?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so I think
campaign right now. So I'm not sure. I was, wondering if this needs to go to a conversion campaign.
Well, you are getting conversions, right? Yeah, you're getting leads. They're clicking through to the conversion campaign, the conversion page.
Yes, I just don't know. And if you go to the columns where it says columns performance, I actually have one that says, why isn't it?
I won't see it, but we can go and just we can make this little custom report real quick. So is it set up under, there it is, custom conversions. Look at you go.
I don't know where you're at.
Oh yeah. So
set up in here already for.
Yep. So when you're creating a new ad, so basically you can grab the columns and you can go through and select different columns.
Yeah.
So then you would just customize the columns, and then that brings up all the different ways that you can customize the columns, all the different columns you can bring in. And if you click custom conversions, your custom conversions are set up right here.
Oh yeah, those are the two that I was looking at to see kind of what I'm actually paying for the people making it to those pages, correct?
Yep. So we are going to pull that report just real quick. So we're going to pull the report. And it looks like, holy shit, we got a lot of conversions. This is nice.
I don't really know what you mean by that. The impression, are you looking at?
So it's saying we have luxury boudoir, thank you, 91 conversions from this first ad, 43 conversions from the second ad, 63 from the third, and 56 from the fourth. Does that sound about right?
Yeah.
You've generated 316 leads.
That's right.
Off of $232 in ad spend. That is ridiculous.
Is it? Good.
Yeah, that's like ridiculous. That's so good.
Wide open market.
Yeah, and the wide open market. I mean, so first of all, you're doing awesome from a lead conversion standpoint. The wide open market, though, it might detract from the avatar that you kind of started off with, like the person who, is into experiences. I mean, we both live in Erie, Pennsylvania. So, all of the people that are seeing this ad are not into that stuff. You know what I mean? So, but if we wanted to kind of tighten down that market a little bit, and I think we could still generate the same kind of, the same lead cost, even with a tightened down market. Do you want to kind of set up, we're not going to do, so I don't want to do anything with this campaign the way, I don't want to do anything with this campaign the way it is, because we're generating leads with it. So I don't want to mess with any of these, but what I would like to do is kind of set up a second ad set that then had those ads underneath with maybe like a dynamic campaign and some better targeting, and see if we can beat this thing you got going on.
So we just duplicate what I have there, and then
yes.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Yep. So what we would do is we would. So do you want me to go ahead and do it?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay.
So those are going to run just out as they are, and we're just going to make a new couple new ad sets, or do you make 5 new ad sets? Or let's.
No, I'm just going to make 1 new ad set and put 5 ads in that ad set. Only it's going to be a dynamic ad set, so a dynamic campaign. So it's basically it's actually pretty. So we're going to set it up. I set it up on our Tuesday GST Daily, like a dynamic campaign like this. But basically, it's like 1 ad set and 1 ad, and that 1 ad has the 5 different creatives in it. And then it is optimizing the campaign for you, as opposed to looking at these guys, and saying, okay, or having to manually look at these and say, okay, where's my best cost per lead? You know what I mean?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, cool. So where is your best campaign here? So
I think it's the first one.
Yeah, $48 for $48 for shit. That's awesome. All right.
Yeah, I think Delaney. Yeah. I don't know. I guess it has the most. So
yeah. So we're gonna set up a new campaign, and we're just gonna nest it inside this original ad set here. So we're gonna duplicate. We're basically duplicating the ad set and the ad. We're gonna give it a different name. So I'm just we're gonna call this DFY dynamic ad set. We could also do a conversion campaign. Let's do that. We're going to do that. So I'm going to discard this draft. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set it up as a conversion campaign. So it's actually tracked. We have plenty of conversions for it to know who to target. And what it's going to do is, rather than charge you per campaign or per click, it's going to charge per lead. So it's also another way of getting kind of a per lead cost reduction down. So let's go to
per lead. Do you mean what exactly?
Per email address.
Okay. So it will know who entered their email address?
Correct, because you have that conversion pixel set up. So basically what Facebook is looking for is these 316 people right here. Facebook's algorithm is built in such a way that it can go out and find many more people just like these people. And it knows that it will charge you per email conversion. And the reason this makes sense for Facebook is because with its algorithm, it can actually show the ad to fewer people, knowing that those few people will convert at a higher rate. So it has more ad inventory to then sell to everybody else. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's why they do it. It sounds counterintuitive. Like, it sounds like, well, you're not going to lower my cost per lead, and it truly is all a function of cost per 1,000 impressions, so there's always like that dynamic scale in the background. But so before we do this though, what I want to do is I want to go create a lookalike audience since we're doing a conversion campaign. So let's go see what you got set up in the audience section.
Okay. It's a mess in there.
It's okay. So step 2, is that your conversion?
So step 2 is the page that they enter their information on, and step thank you is when they enter, like they're submitting it.
Okay. So step 2 is probably a little bit more qualified.
No, I think the thank you page is the
most qualified.
See, the thank you page is the last page they see. So that's where the submit button is. So the step 2, they enter their name and email and everything, and then they're taken to the thank you page.
Okay, cool.
To submit.
So we're going to set up, we're going to create a lookalike ad or a lookalike audience for the thank you, because it's the most qualified lead
that actually finished the process.
Right. Yep. So we're going to select United States for the location. And then we are going to, so it's going to find 2.4 million people just like this, this set. And we created it and it's populating it now. So this is ready. And once this thing, like it usually takes half an hour or so to actually, find all those people. But what we're going to do is we're going to go create an ad using this lookalike audience. And then we're going to kind of filter them down through some of the experiential things that Jen described that her, best clients use.
So I have a question.
Yep.
Why do we not do the lookalike audience in the market that I'm marketing and versus doing it in the ad?
So we're going to do it in the ad. We're going to create the lookalike audience, and then we're going to basically segment down into the zip code or the city of Erie, and then we're going to segment down into interests, so that by the time we're done, we're going to have like a group of like 15,000 people. So we're going to duplicate this campaign. The reason we duplicate the campaign is it's easier than creating one from scratch. So we're going to duplicate this guy. We're going to delete everything else we don't need. And then we're going to, so these guys, we're just going to go ahead and delete these. All right. So I'm just going to delete these guys. All right, deleting. And we got the last one. Now, to go from a traffic campaign to a conversion campaign, there's a little setting you have to click. So the first thing is we're going to go through and rename the campaign. So I'm just going to say DFY BOUDIOIR conversion campaign. So, and then we're going to go down and pick the conversions campaign objective, which is going to tell us we need to do something different on the ad set, which is, so we'll take care of that when we get there. We're doing campaign budget optimization. So that is one campaign budget for everything that is in that campaign. And then if you want to target the ad set, if you want to do a different budget per the ad set, then we can set that up. We're just going to set it up at $10 for right now, just to see if we can get better numbers than the campaign that's already set up. Next.
For this one ad.
Yeah. Yes. Yep. So we can change the budget. Once we're done.
Yeah, it's not going to affect the other one. Like it doesn't have anything to do with the other one. Okay.
Nope. So we're going to keep DMA. So all of the images are going to be rotated inside of the ad campaign now. We're going to do, so I usually have LA for lookalike. So that way I know it's all driven from a lookalike campaign, and then interests. So that way we know that this is an interest campaign. Now the conversion event. So this is that thing where we're looking for Facebook to get us thank yous, right? So luxury boudoir thank yous.
Yeah.
Okay. So that is now the conversion event. That is what Facebook is optimizing all of your traffic for. They want to just get people to that thank you page for you. And they know what kind of people have been hitting that thank you page. So they know how to optimize, from this point forward. We're going to use dynamic creative. So that way Facebook sets everything up in the background. So Facebook is basically going to be taking one ad or mixing and matching a bunch of different images and ad text and stuff into the ad itself. And then dynamic creative is good. And then let's see. Oh man, it looks like Mars is here and Bill is here. I haven't even checked out the category, the thing. So that's cool. The comments. So budget, we're going to start today. This is, so when you're setting up a campaign optimized budget, then this is where you set your spend limits. So right now this is saying that it's a $5 maximum per day. It's $10 for the campaign, and we're only doing one ad set in here. So we're just going to we'll just delete that for now. Now, this is where it gets exciting, though. So here we are actually going to start, paring our audience down. So we want to start with our lookalike audience. So the lookalike audience that we just set up was those 180 thank yous.
Yeah.
And then, so we have a couple lookalikes in here: website page view and MailChimp subscribers. Those are fine. We could use those, but they are lesser qualified than our new leads. The people who have just been to the website, they haven't opted in for anything. They might be a little bit older. So we're going to use this group. We're still going to exclude the thank you pages. And then, so out of your last, let's say, handful of clients, how many of them have been below 30?
I can tell you that real quick if I can let me sort these real quick. So let me see what this actually looks like. Oh, there's quite a bit of them. Actually, no, there's only 32.
That have opted in underneath 30?
Yes. Under 30, there's been, hold up, quite a bit. Okay, so out of the 300 leads,
yeah,
I have 86 of them under the age of 30.
Okay, so how many of them have actually? So how often do you sell something to somebody under 30? Let's put it that way.
Well, I just started this, so I don't have a lot of data.
So let's approach this a different way. Who is your best? So if you had to put like 10-year age group, who is that best person?
Okay, so what they're actually seeing when they do this is they do actually have to tell me their age.
Okay.
My best is probably, so I have a grouping of 31 to 40-year-olds.
Okay.
And then that is like the bulk of it. And then 41 to 50. So I would say 30 to 50. I went a little bit above 50 because the women above 50 actually have more discretionary income because their houses are usually paid off, their kids are out of school. And I've gotten quite a few 50 plus, which I was kind of surprised. So I did it kind of to test it. But I would say about 40 of the 300 and some are in that 50 plus, but the majority is in that 30 to 50 range.
Okay. So once these people start coming in for sessions and you start, you start selling stuff, then we should probably alter these campaigns, because my guess is that somebody between the ages of like 35 and 45 are going to be your biggest, most hyperactive buyers. Then you're going to have like the other age groups outside that are going to fall off a little bit. Now it still makes sense to advertise to them, but it's going to cost more per sale, not per lead, but per sale. And when you make that sale, it's going to be a higher dollar figure. You know what I mean? So like there's a lot of times we'll run this kind of optimization, and we'll see that, like, even for our stuff, it's at 50, 55 to 64 male is our number one buyer, to the point that they buy 3 times more often and they spend 3 times more money, so there are buyers all over the spectrum, but if we are, discretionary with our ad spend, that is who we're going to be going after, is that hyperactive buyer. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And everybody that has booked from this ad so far has been in that 41 to 50, except for one person.
Okay. All right. So we're just going to do this. So we're going to kick this up to 40 to 50, just to see what shakes out of 40 to 50. I mean, we're spending so little money that on a daily basis that we're not able to reach everybody anyway.
Yeah. And it says the reach over there is like 300 to 900 people.
Yeah.
So are you looking for like a sort of a number there?
No, that's daily reach. The potential reach is unavailable. So it's not going to tell us because the lookalike audience hasn't finished calculating yet. So it doesn't know what the top end is.
Okay.
So this is what our $10 a day will give us. And then it's saying that we'll get about 10 conversions on $10. So it's all just, conjecture at this point. And then for detailed targeting, we're going to go, so we're targeting Erie, and then we're actually going to go through and detailed targeting. So we're going to go through and add some interest. Now, people around here, our higher net worth folks, so where do they shop at a grocery store?
Wegmans.
Okay. So in terms of, so this is going to be the interest category. Where would they shop for, like, department stores, do you think? We don't have many anymore, but
we don't have. So a lot of these clients are driving to Cleveland and Buffalo to go to the Galleria, to go to Legacy Village. So that's the shopping. I would say vendors are
like Coach purses,
Yeah, Louis Vuitton is really popular with this market.
Louis Vuitton. I don't even know how. There it is.
There you go.
All right. All right, there we go. An interest. All right, so let's see what else. Prada, Chanel, Burberry. So I just hit the suggestions box. Trader Joe's, I think. Well, we don't have any Trader Joe's around here. Yeah.
I would say women that have spa services. So I know there's local places here like Rejuve, but any type of like salon or spa service.
Yep.
I don't know if that's helpful. Erie just really doesn't have a lot of luxury shopping places.
Yep. All right. So let's do it this way. So we're gonna do so Christian Dior, Louis Vuitton. Most of those people have American Expresses. American Express really very much caters to that higher end person. We got 52 million in there. So our reach is 126 to 363 now. Let's see, what else do we want to do? Visa, MasterCard, none of those guys. Chanel, Gucci, Hermes, Trader Joe. I think this is fine for now. Whole Foods. So people do like Whole Foods and in Trader Joe's, even if they're around here.
If I were doing this, I would swap Dior for Gucci because Gucci's very, very popular here as well.
There we go.
And are we just looking for interest, or is there a way to target like college grad or a job type thing or?
So there is some of that. So what we end up doing is there's two different things and not many people use them. There's this narrow audience field here. And if we narrow the audience down, we can actually then add additional, classifications. So let's see. So college grad right there. So that it doesn't really do too much to our reach, but it, again, kind of qualifies us a little bit better. So we can add demographic information. So education, financial demographics, we can add some income, household income, top 10% of zip codes US. Now, remember, this is filtered down from the top, so we start with a lookalike audience, and then we go down into like age, age, and then female, and then we go down into the interests. So, these people are going to be your people, people similar to the people who already opted in. Let's see, what else can we throw in here?
So the more you fine tune this, does the ad cost go up or?
Yeah, the ad cost is going to go up a little bit probably, but we don't know until it's live. My guess is the ad cost is going to go up a little bit, but your lead is going to be better, and your lead might end up working itself so that it ends up being cheaper because the ad is being put in front of fewer people.
I'm just wondering, once you start using these filters, the demographics and stuff, is Facebook looking at this like, oh, the more you enter here?
Nope.
No. Okay. So you get in here and kind of make your own little.
Yeah, you can do, yeah, you can go nuts with it. Sometimes you do kind of, I mean, we still have good reach, you know, so like, but there are times where you can go in and say, like, we have some clients who do, um, you know, like business development kind of stuff, you know. So like when we used to do like revenue targeting, you know, or like industry classification, sometimes you would add a classification that would make an ad more expensive, but um, that was also because there was a lot of competition in those sectors, you know. So photography tends to be a pretty cheap niche to advertise in or for. The other thing you can do is you can actually hit this little button, and this is reach people beyond your detailed targeting selection. So if Facebook's algorithm thinks that there is people outside of the people who you are explicitly targeting that would make sense for this offer, then they will show the ad to them. So we're just going to click that. We're going to do automatic placements. So we have had, when you have a lot of conversion data, and when you have a lot of conversion data, Facebook knows who to find. So automatic placements is usually a really good thing. And if it's not, we can always come in and just hit manual placement and then just do Facebook. But right now, this ad shows up in Instagram, it shows up in Messenger, so it's going to show up across the board. I'm not crazy about Audience Network, but the way we're going to be setting up this ad, Audience Network is actually okay. And then, so this is good. This is our ad set.
Where do you see Audience Network?
So Audience Network is going to be under manual placement, right there.
And what is that?
It's basically all of Facebook's partner websites. So people and apps that use the Facebook ad platform to monetize, you know, their games or their whatever. It's usually it's a lot of mobile. And then Facebook basically serves the ads up into this Audience Network. It's a catch-22 sometimes. Sometimes you get really cheap traffic, but oftentimes that cheap traffic doesn't convert. You need to, if Facebook has all of the audience data that it needs, or all of the conversion data that it needs, it can make Audience Network work really well. But it won't work for just cold traffic.
And I'm sure you'll say it later, but I'll be able to see where those conversions are happening.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. So I think we're good on the audience now. Now the fun begins. So actually, this is going to be pretty easy. Oh, you know what? I don't think I'm an admin on your page. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add my page here, and then we're just not going to publish this ad here. And then we can, you know, because I'm not an admin on your page, which means I can't attach your page to an ad, even though I'm an admin in your ad account. So we'll figure this out like after the show. But
okay.
Yeah, so we have our ad. Now so here is looking for a single image or a video, which you have. The dynamic creative. So what we're going to do is we're going to give it multiple images and multiple headlines, and then Facebook is going to end up, you know, running that split test in the background. So we're going to add select images here, and so is it this one? Yeah. Which images is it?
Yes, that one. The girl on the second row, second one in, and the first and second one.
Okay.
Those two did really well. How many do we need?
We can have up to 10.
Oh, okay. And then we can use that. Oh, that second one has a yellow triangle. I'm not sure why. I think it's
masked on mobile newsfeed. The tallest support. Oh, it's too tall on mobile newsfeed.
Yeah. So I mean, I guess, and then the 4, 5, 6 one in on top row. The other ones kind of got denied, to be honest.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I can understand that. Yeah. All right. So these ones we're gonna run with. My mic is like literally right where the continue button is. Okay, cool. So now we have these images, and Facebook is going to be split testing these images in the background. And then, so we're going to we just hit that allow optimizations. This is great ad copy. I mean, really, there's nothing to change there. You even got the little bit.ly link in there. Headline is good. You got the emoji. Description, good. We have a bit.ly website URL there for tracking. Display link is good. Learn more is good. Conversion tracking is good. The rest of this is all good. So, I mean, basically what we did was, we turned your ad into a conversion campaign. So I'm going to go through this, just get out of here. So we're going to close. All right. So we can review and publish that after this, but basically we went through, we changed your conversion, your ad campaign from a traffic campaign into a conversion campaign. We set up a new ad set based on a lookalike audience that then pulled people down into the interests, and then squeezed the age group a little bit to see if we could, see if that was a more profitable age group. And then we set up a dynamic creative ad with the creative already. So I think, when we turn this on, it's going to be a little bit more expensive today. So we're going to have a little bit, it's going to, from a lead cost standpoint, it's going to be a little bit more expensive today as it kind of gets going. But tomorrow you should see leads cheaper than what your existing campaign is. So that'll be fun.
Yay.
Yeah. So we'll have to do, maybe we'll do like a little update video or something and see what the results actually came in as.
Yeah. And how long would you give that? Like how long, I guess, is it just those first 24 hours to really have that ad?
Well, I would say probably a week. Usually it takes like 24 hours for a campaign to like settle, especially on like just on the low budget. And then also on the, you have 300 conversions in there. So Facebook knows like literally exactly who to go after. So I think, within 24 hours, you should see, that we're going to have a good conversion cost. And then I would say within the next 4 or 5 days, think about disabling that traffic campaign, and as long as this one is good, and then you can start jacking up the ad costs on this guy. The thing about this one is it's really built to scale. Because of that dynamic creative. So you can go from 10 to 15, 15, 20, 25, 30, and you can go up to 50. If you want to continue generating a bunch of leads, then this campaign is built to do it in a way that the other ad sets really kind of aren't. So because Facebook is optimizing those images in the background. Like it's showing. So when somebody sees your ad, they don't just see the same ad 4 times. They see the same copy with different images 4 times. Like it's constantly optimizing into the background.
Yeah. And then I guess it's based on those 300 people that already converted, but how does it know just to keep it in the Erie area?
So we put that filter on top of it.
Oh, we did. We just have the Erie DMA. Okay.
Yeah, we have the Erie DMA. Yeah. So, if you wanted to open a studio in Buffalo, like literally we clone this ad campaign and then we go to Buffalo, and just drop 25 miles around Buffalo or Pittsburgh or whatever.
Yeah. Perfect. I'm excited. I can't wait to see how this does.
I know. It's going to be exciting.
What do I want to look at in my ads manager to track specifically? Like what column? So,
oh, yeah.
Can we go back in there?
Yeah, totally.
So what, because I have not been used to watching for this type of, is it the same? Would I still be watching that thank you page?
Oh, you're actually, so the only thing you're really going to be looking at, so this results tab right here, right there.
Yeah.
This thing is the result of this campaign is going to be conversions. So literally it's going to say 12 conversions, and then your cost per result is going to be your lead cost.
Okay. So I want to compare that cost per result to the other, the traffic campaign.
Right. Yep. So here, like this one, like, so today you got 12 clicks at 32 cents. And then in order for you to see like what results that got you, you have to actually go in and add that. So we have to add that custom event.
That's what I was wondering. It is still the thing. Okay. So those are the 2 I'm still looking at.
Yeah. So you got 7 leads off of $3.88 in ad spend. So 13 clicks got 7 leads so far today. So that might be different a little bit later. And then, so this one, it would actually just say your lead cost X. And then this is the amount you spent today.
Okay. Yeah. I just want to know how to compare these two once they get going.
Yep. That's how you do it.
Wonderful. I can't wait to see. This is gonna be
know. Well, and the other side is, it might be a little bit more so it might be a little bit more per lead, but I would imagine that these people are going to book quicker, more quickly with you, and they're going to spend more money once they come to you. So there's just, something to think about there.
Yeah, no. I am shocked that I'm only paying 35 cents right now for.
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
And what is a typical good range? I know we're in a weird time right now, and ads are a little bit less expensive, but typically, where are you looking that you're to change your budget, or to see if I'm spending too much on this ad, or this ad isn't converting as well? What is a good range to look to know you're doing okay with your ad?
Every campaign is different. For the most part, if you're generating leads for under $2, you're doing awesome.
Okay.
Email leads for under $2 is incredible. But then, it's all about how much they're worth to you once they get to you. So, let's say so you generated 300 leads here, 300-ish. So you spend $300 about to generate 300 leads. If one of them come in and spend $3,000 with you, then you made 10 times your money.
Yeah.
So how many times do you want to do that? And that's really the at the end of the day, that's always the question. If you
And I guess my thinking is, if I throw more money at this, I'm going to get just more visibility.
Right.
Or is that how it goes?
More awareness. Yeah, totally. So you're going to get more awareness. So the way it was set up previously, you'll get more awareness Erie wide, everybody in Erie. With this way, you're going to get more awareness in the circles that you want to gain awareness in. And the other side of this is, with this new campaign, you can always target Buffalo, Cleveland, and Pittsburgh, and people can drive here.
Yeah.
So that's something that Erie so desperately needs and doesn't ever do, which is everybody tries to sell to Erie, when literally we have the Pittsburgh, Buffalo, and Cleveland are within 90 minutes drive of us.
Yeah.
There are times my wife and son and myself will just jump in a car and go to Buffalo just for the ride, and so
it's not unusual for me to get clients from outside of the region. And so this was one of the things that I wanted to figure out how to market. I know there's markets in Mentor, Ohio, which is a suburb of Cleveland.
Yep.
So how to get in front of them. So yeah, I'm definitely going to be, doing more marketing.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. Well, and it brings money here, and that's with this campaign, literally you clone the campaign, you drop a new zip code in it, and then the rest of it is done. You just let it optimize, and you create maybe some new landing pages for that city.
Yeah, it's a lot to think about. So every time I want a new city, I should do a new ad set.
I would. Yeah, I would totally do new. Oh, yeah. So what you would do is
adding those cities to Erie, Buffalo, Cleveland. Every ad set I will do for every city.
Yep. You can duplicate and then add the new zip code in. Yeah. So, and the rest would just be the same. So, yep. I'm looking at my screen you guys can see it. Hey, Matt said awesome stuff. You got to come over and check out my creek behind my house, by the way. So he fishes. He's a fisherman. All right, cool. So
for me, I'm brand new to running Facebook ads correctly. So
it's good. It looks awesome. The ads look good. The targeting, that's always it. So once the ad is up and works, it's how do you get more of those people? How do you get more of your perfect buyers? And the nice thing now is Facebook gives us enough. Facebook has enough tools that they really make it really easy if you use them, you know, with like that dynamic creative and with the local like audiences and all that stuff. So it's pretty powerful.
Yay.
All right. Well, I think we went a little bit long today. So, but I think, so did you learn something?
Me?
Yeah, you.
Of course I learned something.
Good.
I learned a lot.
Definitely. Awesome. So, yeah, in the next, I don't know, maybe next week we'll jump back on and kind of see what the results are. And then, you know, kind of, all right, what's next? You know what I mean? Like, so what do you want to do? Like, well, what is the next iteration of this? Are people coming in and spending more money and so on and so forth?
I'm completely fascinated by looking at spreadsheets right now. Like I look at this every day, and I've never geeked out on like ads before, but I'm like, this is fun. Like, so I love it.
Cool. All right, Jen. Well, I will talk to you soon. Everybody else, have fun. If you need any help, just go to dumpfeed.com/start and we'll get you taken care of. Cool. All right. See you later. Bye.